Come on in, get your questions ready for us today. Tell your friends to join us if they're thinking about moving to the DC area. If they're just thinking about moving, if they live here already, join the conversation. Tell us what we don't know. Tell us if we wrong. Tell us if we right. Let's join the conversation.
What are we wrong about?
You know, I don't like to admit it when I'm wrong. It's terrible, y'all.
What's up, Smith?
Good morning, Chantal. Good morning.
The Lamar's in the building.
Happy Saturday.
What's up, Chantal?
Hey.
Happy Saturday.
So we're going to talk about best places to live. And we're going to talk about, is it a good time to buy? It's like, should you really be buying a house right now?
All my Atlanta people, they know what I'm talking about. Good morning. What's happening? Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy. Well, we are here every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. EST to demystify your move to the DMV.
Does everybody know what EST is?
Eastern Standard Time. Do you know what DMV is?
East Coast, Beast Coast, the Coast.
Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. That's what we're talking about today.
So ask us anything.
Ask us anything. Okay, yes, and we will talk about North Carolina if you want.
If you have a question, just type it in the comments below.
Talk about something else. We'll talk about that too.
We have a new thing though. If you
don't
want to ask a question here on the show live,
okay,
I don't know, something's going on with my eyes.
It's all right, baby.
Here on the show live, then at the end of the show, we'll have a link to where you can meet up with us privately in a little session.
Right.
We've had a few of them. Love meeting you guys.
Yep.
If you just want to talk. If you just want to talk about moving here and what your thoughts are and what our thoughts are and what you think. And because we know how hard that is. So look for that link after the show. I don't have the skills to put it here right now.
It's all good.
But I'm
it's
going
all
to get
good.
around to
If you
those
got
skills.
questions, you're going to talk about specific things. Hey, maybe there's some personal things you don't necessarily want to share with the group. That's fine.
I need to see.
We can talk to you offline. Holler at us.
No worries. We also have an email. You can send any of your questions to info at heathandtracy.com.
Info at Heath and Tracy.
You can also visit us at heathandtracy.com.
Yeah, but you can't be visiting me in Arlington, Virginia, though.
Wait.
You
We're working on that.
You got to call first.
Wait. We're working on that, though.
Yeah, no, I was talking about at the house.
No.
I was just talking about the house,
But we're working. On the whole visiting.
Yeah.
Arlington.
Stay tuned for that. Definitely stay tuned for that. Anybody looking at kicking it with us this summer?
So we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the best places. The list came out. Best places to live this year, and I think it was. I don't think it was it 4.
You talking about best places in Metro DC? Or best places in the country?
No, best places in the country.
So we're talking about best places to live
Top
in the
50
country.
places to live in the country.
The lower
came
48.
out. And we have some cities on the list.
Okay, that's what's up.
And then as far as designing your life, we're going to talk about, is it a good time to buy right now?
Yes.
It's like, it's so weird all over the country.
Right.
But we're going to talk specifically about what it's like here.
Yep, in Metro DC, in the DMV.
And if it's your first time here.
I'm Heath.
And I'm Tracy.
Tracy and our parents, podcasters, certified marriage counselors, married for 31 years almost.
Is it almost?
Parents of 4 adult children.
I be forgetting how long.
We can speak on a number of things.
I be forgetting how long.
Bloggers, vloggers, live show hosts, authors,
so much.
tech workers, knowledge workers.
I know. It's
what,
a lot.
What else, baby?
It's a lot going on, y'all. We have a lot going on. I watched
things
TikTok.
to share.
I watch TikTok in my private time.
Tracy go down in the TikTok rabbit hole deep. That thing is deep. Well, y'all remember Bugs Bunny used to be down there digging, a little cartoon characters be digging this like big pile of dirt next to it.
It's like my escape.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
Hey,
because
it's a method to your madness.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out because we gonna TikTok soon. I just gotta figure it out. Good morning, morning, Carrot 007.
Y'all put me on your TikTok.
Oh, girl, you watch the rest on replay. That's why we put it on replay. You know, we have an option to put it on replay.
What are you talking
but
about?
The only way to get your questions answered complimentary is during the live.
Right.
We jump in the comments
It's all
sometimes,
good.
but it's at our leisure.
It's all good.
It's at our leisure.
Everybody got schedules to keep. All good.
So how many people know how many kids we have? I wonder if people know that yet.
I just said how many kids we have.
Oh, man.
But you don't know if people were listening necessarily.
Okay.
It might have gone like right over their
We're
heads.
going to start doing trivia. So if you need help in
Heathen Tracy
relocating to the area, take a second and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe if you're not
because we're
subscribing.
going to be here every Saturday. We're going to start doing off, what do you call it? Off video. We're going to do videos too and post those.
The behind the scenes action.
Yeah, well, no. Just when we're out and about, we're going to start doing videos and posting those.
Add some other flavor and content to the
it won't
channel.
be during the live. That's a little too much.
Yeah.
But we're going to do videos about where we are, what's going on and where we are. And then we'll post those like probably throughout the week. I'm getting some help. I know.
Awesome.
And so when we do that, you'll get a notification if you have your subscribe button going on.
No doubt.
And if you're new here.
Hey, type new you down in the comments.
New you.
We want to talk to you. Want to chop it up with you after the show. Welcome you properly. So yeah, if you new, let us know down in the comments. Hit that button, Tracy.
Welcome to Conversations with Heath and Tracy.
Boom.
Something's wrong.
Get the full
How did that
effect.
happen? Lord, what's going on?
Oh,
It is kind of loud. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh.
you gotta take us off of mute.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Wait.
Yeah, we
You
got a little
telling me what to
little technical
do.
thing.
You messing up the thing.
It's all good.
But you know what? When I woke up this morning, I was feeling a
Woke
little
up
weird.
this morning.
I just wanted to
and
lay
got
in the
out of
bed, and I
bed.
just wanted to look out the window. And I don't know. I had a really busy week at work. I had a really busy
Yes.
week at work.
Yes. It's
You know
all
what I'm
good.
saying?
It's all good, baby.
And so, look at my flowers, y'all. Heath picked the flowers.
Okay, flower
again.
time. Show and tell.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this movie with my husband in the yard looking for my flowers.
Okay, let me show the flowers first a little bit.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this morning, this is this morning's pick. So we got
this is lavender, guys. Oh my God, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good.
we got some lavender going.
This is in our yard. And then look at the magnolia. You gotta show them. That's my favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna show them the magnolia too, baby.
Magnolia.
Got the
It's too
magnolia
close.
right
Oh,
there.
is there a bug on it? I thought you debugged them.
Let me see.
No, it's not a bug. Okay. And then
No,
we
this
have
is a spot.
hydrangeas. The hydrangeas are blooming now.
Hydrangeas just starting to pop, so I don't want to cut too many of them because they're still growing. They're still growing.
Is, but this is outside my mom's.
It's a rose variant. It's a rose
All
variant.
right, that's enough. Let
So
me
we
show.
got some
Let
different,
me show y'all
different
what
species
Heath
of
does.
rose.
This is Heath. This is Heath looking. Look, if y'all can see him right there in the middle. This is Heath looking for flowers in the yard, y'all. It's funny. It's just so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, so the yard is like there's a lot of stuff going on in the yard, and so it takes some time. It takes some time.
In the bushes? Oh, the
You got the audio.
sound is on.
You got the audio.
Lord, here we go.
You don't want the sound to be on?
I don't know what
You don't
I'm
want the
saying.
people?
can't see you.
I can't see you,
Okay,
baby.
that's enough. That's enough.
I'm like, baby, I'm over here on the street side. I'm on the street. You can't see me because I'm on the other side of the garden.
Did y'all hear the cicadas?
Yeah,
That is weird.
they
That's
heard
what
the
you
cicada.
heard, the cicadas. That was the bit much. That's
Yeah.
what that.
when I was driving this morning, I think I hit a couple like in the grill.
Oh,
and,
no,
they
that's like
bounce
that
off the
now?
windshield. Yeah, they everywhere.
They're everywhere now.
Yeah.
All those little bugs you saw flying away, those are cicadas. Those are the cicadas. Yes. 4. We
The
have
Lamars,
4.
the Lamars win the prize today.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
have to
Chantal.
figure out the prizes.
We do have 4.
But we appreciate you. And yeah, it's all good. Thank you. Thank you.
Kid 007,
Good
shout out to the
morning,
regulars.
Libby. Good morning.
What's up, Libby?
Oh, thank you for the. I know they're so beautiful. He does such a good job.
Thank you very much.
He
Thank
really
you.
does.
Thank
He
you very
does
much.
such a good job.
Thank you.
So, the things that we want to talk about today.
Wait, we got to say hello to one of our other regulars.
Hi, Carol Delba.
No, go back up. Go back
I
up.
missed somebody?
Yeah. Lydia.
Oh, hi. I said good. Well, I let Lydia
You say good morning to
morning,
Lydia already?
everybody.
What's
Yes.
up, Lydia? Good to see you. Shout out
Okay.
to the regulars. Shout out to all the regular viewers of the Heath and Tracy show. The Conversations with Heath and Tracy. Heath and Tracy TV.
Am I missing something?
No, you good, baby.
Okay.
I was just being silly.
So what we want to talk about, the first thing was the I did the movie. This right here, guys.
Okay.
This came out recently.
Okay.
I follow this guy. I'll put the link to his videos.
Mm-hmm.
But
we ain't linking nobody's videos in here.
okay, I'm sorry. I won't be doing that. So this is,
Get a man
if
some
you're
credit.
interested in investing in the area,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking at this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the highest payment of this is the list of the best places to invest for Airbnb.
Okay, Airbnb.
So if you're looking for like a little, because I'm not thinking about Airbnb, but we're thinking about investing.
You never know how
But
something might turn
this is
into
a
an
good
Airbnb.
gauge,
Yeah.
right? But this is a good gauge.
Yeah.
So if you can see at the top, I think Miami is the top.
Miami.
So basically, this
Miami.
is saying your average bedroom per night in Miami is $168.
I saw an article this week that said, why is Miami becoming the new Monaco?
It's live, it's lit. You know, people like it's beachy, it's cute. A lot of rich people live down there. I wouldn't want to live down there, but it's a place to go right now.
Right.
So this is showing Miami at the top. Do you all see what's number 6?
Arlington, VA.
I saw this. I was like, what?
Yes, Hunty.
And so I think, and then if you see at the bottom, you see Virginia Beach,
VA
which
Beach
is nice.
on the tide
So
water.
Arlington is interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why though.
Yeah, well, I think from the perspective of that you have all the benefits of being in Metro DC or being in the city,
right?
But you're just outside, right? And so it gives you kind of a safer quote vibe, but you still can get over and take advantage of the sights and the monuments and the restaurants and the whole city vibe. So I think that's why Arlington is probably on that list, because it's hot.
I mean, I guess it's safer. I don't know.
A little bit safer than being
know.
in the city. I mean, any city, core city, big city in metro, in a metro area in the United States, is the crime rate is going to be a little higher anyway.
That's true. The density increases the crime.
Right.
So I could definitely see. But that was really surprising.
Yeah, it's so much to do. It's so much to do around here, and I think that's why it's definitely there.
Yeah,
and then you're also on the water. You're close to the water, right? And so for people who are doing the boating, the kayaking, they want to get out there on do some sightseeing via boat. Lots of activities, trails,
right,
hikes,
right,
monuments, museums.
It's a lot. I was looking at an article this morning,
Mhm.
and I didn't get to put it up for you guys, but I was looking at the best beaches near here, and that's another thing that people don't think about, how close to the water we are.
Yep,
and
we got a lot of water. So you got the river, right? The Potomac River, the Anacostia River. Then you also have the bay, right? The Chesapeake Bay. There's a lot of fishing, and a lot of the seafood that we enjoy in this area comes from the bay.
Right,
and
right.
then just on the other side of the bay is the Atlantic Ocean.
And they're beaches, so you can go south to Virginia Beach. You can go west through you have to go like around the bay to Maryland.
Right.
And we're going to do a family trip later this summer, hopefully, to Assateague National Seashore.
Why are you telling our spot though?
Oh, okay. It's a good spot.
That's a good little spot.
It's a good
Pro
little
tip.
Then there's Bethany Beach. There's Cape May,
Yep.
which is New Jersey, but it's close.
Yeah.
And then Chickateague Island is in Virginia. They have wild horses there.
Yeah.
And then Rehoboth. A lot of people go to Rehoboth.
That's
Delaware.
That's Delaware, yep.
Yeah.
Shout
And
out to
then I've
Delaware.
never heard of this one, Lewes, Lewes, Delaware.
Yeah, I haven't been
But all
there.
of those places are like within 2.5, hours. It's really cool. Oh, and of course, Ocean City.
Ocean City.
A lot of people go to Ocean City.
Here
And last but
we
not
come
least,
to
Virginia
Ocean
Beach.
City.
Virginia Beach is like the big beach here.
Beach.
So Virginia Beach and Ocean, people either go to Ocean City or Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach was our spot like back in the day when we were at Howard too.
Oh my gosh.
Virginia,
Labor Day
weekend. That's when we used to hit it.
That's where all the Howard students used to go when we were in school.
It wasn't just Howard students now.
No, but it was a lot of us.
If you can imagine seeing 40,000 scantily clad black people on a beach simultaneously,
it was crazy.
It's crazy.
We have to show y'all the pictures of that. I went a couple times, but it was a little too much partying. It was like straight party. It's like, y'all, a lot of the younger generation, they think that the whole spring breaking and all that stuff, y'all get it from us.
That they invented it.
The Gen Xers, we created all that craziness.
That's it, Gen X.
Gen X in the house. We created all of that scantily clad, drugging and dancing.
Wow, she said drugging.
Well,
Next subject. What else are we talking about today, baby?
Oh my gosh. And is it a good time to buy?
Is it a good time to buy? I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, because I'm not buying right now.
Okay. So no, we are not buying right now. We are preparing to buy investment property.
I think people are in different places in their lives, right? Depending on what it is that they're doing, what's important to them. Do they need to buy? Do they want to buy? Do they have to buy? Quote quote. Is buying not necessary for them in order to find the kind of the dream situation that they're looking to create, which is sort of what we do.
But I think it's important if you are planning to buy to plan to buy.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I think it's important to plan, research, stack your coins, get your credit ready.
Yep.
Now, I will say I have been seeing a downturn in pricing here.
Yep.
I've been seeing. I got an email this morning saying, because I stay on the real estate mailers and stuff, and I got an email this morning saying, "Oh, this house is being reduced," and it was like a whole list of them. And I ain't talking $2,000 reduction. I'm talking $100,000 reductions, $50,000 reductions. So obviously stuff is starting to slow down.
Right.
So if you are thinking about moving to this area or you live in the area already and you want to buy, get ready. It's coming. The time to do it is coming.
Get your ducks in a row. Get your coins tight. Get your credit right.
I was looking at this video the other day, and it said the typical home price. We've talked about it. So if you take all the home prices in the area, it comes to about $500,000 in DC.
That's the whole DMV.
That's the whole DMV.
Kinda
but we
average.
know it's going to be higher in DC. I think it's like 800,000 in DC or something like that. And then the surrounding areas, it gets to like 600,000. But if you just take the whole area overall, it's going to be about $500,000. And we know that it feels expensive here, but we also have shown you all, if you look at our past videos, that your income is going to match,
it's
going to be commensurate to how much housing is here. And we will also say housing is probably the most expensive thing here.
It is.
We have found things like insurance and food and utilities or lower than where we lived previously, where our housing costs were lower. But our utilities and our gas and things like that were higher. So don't be afraid to move to the area just because you think, oh, it's so expensive. People are thinking about the housing. And yes, that is your biggest expense.
And then another point connected to that, baby, is that that's the whole part of designing your life as well, right? And so you can design your life in a way where you can mitigate some of those costs, right? So just depending on where you are and where you're going to go, where you're going to commute for work, or you're going to work from home, or you're going to live close to where you're going to be working, some of those kinds of things, you can also build in savings when you're making those decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Good morning, Russell. Good morning to y'all. I lived in Dover, Delaware as a child, my mother and brother, for a year before moving to Atlanta. Yeah, never lived in
What's up, Russ? Shout out, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I always appreciate Russ.
Welcome to the show.
Appreciate your service, Russ, no doubt.
Said good morning. Found your channel last week. Happy to be here. Welcome.
Hey,
love. Or is it IA? Oh, here we go. With the
might be
names
IA.
again.
Might be IA. IA may be short, right? Maybe short for something else.
Right.
It's all good.
So we know it's expensive because you've got cities like Georgetown. You've got cities like Cleveland Park, towns we call them. You got McLean. You got Arlington, Chevy Chase. Those are the high end expensive places. Potomac. You've got places like that are high, but I love this question right here. Let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
The highest growth regions in metro are southeast neighborhoods.
Hey.
Okay. Anacostia,
Yep.
Congress Heights, and Kenilworth.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're going to see the growth.
Yep.
And if you go back and look at some of our older videos, you'll see where we talked about the growth and why it's happening.
Yeah.
So you've got Navy Yard, that part of the shore that they've kind of rejuvenated.
Right.
A lot of young people moved to that area. Boop, let me put a pop in it for a second. Young people, if you're watching us and you're like, these people too, oh, I ain't listening to these people. We got something for you. We got something for you.
Oh, speak to the young people.
Our daughter, who has lived here for about 10 years,
Our oldest daughter.
our oldest daughter through college, and now she's still here, is going to join the show. Yay!
We've got a little something for everybody. Got a little something for everybody
So
out here.
for the millennials that are popping in, and you're like, I ain't listening to these folks.
We're going to give you another
We got
perspective.
something for you.
There you
We're
go.
going to give you another perspective. If you've seen our other video, Pros and Cons of Living in DC, our first one, she is on that one.
No, there were two of them.
Well, there are two parts.
Yeah, two parts.
And
Two
we
videos.
did pros and then we did cons.
Yeah.
So she's going to join us the last 2 weeks of June. We're going to try it out and see how she likes it.
Yeah.
And you can get your questions from her from the younger point of view. So there you go.
Good job, baby. Good job.
But yeah, Southeast DC, southeast portion of the DC area is where you're going to see the growth. We've talked about Deanwood also. Deanwood happens to be in Northeast DC.
And just a point of clarity, when we're talking about growth, what you're alluding to essentially is appreciation, capital appreciation of the property, kind of from the baseline of where you may be purchasing it and looking at upward trajectory of the overall value of the property.
Right.
Yeah.
And A-Love is in North Carolina now. That's what we did. We moved from North Carolina here, and we will tell you the sticker shock on the housing prices are going to get you.
Yeah, get your mind right.
So we decided to add about a third to our housing costs when we first started looking here. We were like, okay, we're going to add about 30%.
Yeah.
We had to add 50%. And then we ended up doubling.
Yeah, a little more than doubling.
So first we said, let's add 30% to our costs and see what we get.
Yeah.
We weren't happy with those choices. Then we said, okay, well, let's go ahead and add 50% to our cost and see what we get.
Yeah.
But we could have done that.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. It's about what you want. It's about what you need. But it just would have been tight. It just would have been really tight with space. And then finally we doubled. We literally doubled the cost of our housing. So that's what we ended up doing. But our income also doubled.
Yeah.
More than doubled.
Right.
So you really, really have to. And our thing is 25% of take home. If you are working with 25% of take home for your rental or mortgage costs, not your insurance, not your utilities, 25% of your monthly payment costs after taxes, that's net. You're going to be comfortable.
Right.
So if you're don't go over 30, 35.
Yeah.
If you're between 25 and 35, you're going to be comfortable.
But sometimes in DC it's hard to do it with
people do 50
do it
here.
about 50%. Yeah.
People do 50 on but those are the people I've talked to that've done that. They didn't have roommates.
Right.
Those are the sacrifices you make. So if you're going to go to 50%,
Yeah, just depending on the configuration, right? Maybe there's a renter. Maybe you can have a relative or someone else who's in the area that you can mitigate some of that cost. I mean, there are other ways to approach it.
If you don't have a car.
Yeah.
If you work near the place you live,
Other ways to approach
you can, if you go 50%, which you can do here, making $6,000 a month, you go, okay, I'm going to do, you bring home $5,000 a month, I'm going to go $2,000, I'm going to go $2,500. That's good. You can do that if you don't have a car, if you don't have insurance, if you don't have to pay for parking, if you don't have to pay for a lot of gas. Things like that you want to think about before moving here, because it's going to affect your bottom line. Your food costs are not expensive here. I'm sorry. I know
Mhm.
people think it is, but there's so many food options.
Right.
You have like when we moved we only had like one H Mart, Super H Mart. If you guys don't know what that is, that's the ethnic food place. I love it. It's the Asian food market.
Yeah.
And you get good stuff there that's really inexpensive. They have like several.
Yeah.
They have like Latino food markets, and they
Mhm.
have African food markets, and then
Mhm.
they have South American food markets, and they have
Mhm.
Asian food markets.
Mhm.
So they have Aldi, and they have they have
You talking
Safeway.
about here, right?
Yeah, they
yeah.
got Giant, they got Harris Teeter.
Mhm.
They have Publix now in
Mhm.
some areas.
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, of course.
Wegmans.
Yeah. So the thing in Wegmans,
Costco.
at Costco, and they just opened Amazon Fresh.
Amazon Fresh.
Amazon Fresh is a new Amazon store, and from what I understand, they have Aldi here too.
Mhm.
And from what I understand, their prices are lower.
Mhm. Very
All right.
competitive.
So what are the questions?
Are we moving to another section? Are we going to start diving into questions?
Yeah,
now?
let's dive into
You
some
wanna
questions.
Get a little
Drop your
transition music?
questions. You know how my husband is with this. Let's see now. I don't know what this is.
We have now entered the time on the show
I'm feeling like this, y'all.
when we're transitioning from the information dump to the Q&A. So if you have questions for Heath and Tracy, drop them down in the comment section.
Hey.
We're going to answer them right now. We're going to look through them, and we're going to respond.
Ooh.
So make sure that you put your question in if you have one. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't want him to say the bad word again, so I'm going to turn him off.
Tracy picked the one with the bad
I'm
word.
sorry. Sometimes I like the bad words.
Oh, my gosh. Like the bad words.
I do.
Let's go to the comments.
It
Let's go to the
gets
questions.
the stuff out of you.
Let's go to the questions, please.
Ooh, y'all, I have to tell y'all really quick. At work this week, I went in on somebody.
Baby, they don't want to hear about your work story.
Okay. I feel so bad, though. I feel so bad.
It's okay. You fixed it, baby. You fixed
I
it.
did. I fixed it. I'm
You
grown.
did.
I
You
fixed
did.
it.
Good job, baby.
Okay,
Let's
let's
see what we got.
see. Creative
who's got
Binder.
questions?
Good morning, Creative
What's
Binder.
up, Creative Binder? Welcome
Adore
back.
y'all show. Keeps me motivated. Designing my life. That's right.
It's important.
Design it.
Mhm.
Make a deliberate effort. Considering learning to code. Oh my
Yes.
God, you're so smart.
Yeah.
Seems like a good skill to have as a nurse.
Okay. I like it.
Okay, we doing the multi-talents here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any recommendations for courses?
Mhm,
This
mhm.
guy right here.
Yeah.
Or any tips on what to steer clear from.
Yeah.
So he
Mhm.
actually has a whole side little thing consulting people
Mhm.
in this kind of thing. It's very interesting. Look at his face.
Yeah, Creative Binder. That's good stuff. I think one thing I'll say is that certainly cloud computing could be something that you want to look at, right? So any kinds of courses where you can understand how cloud computing and compute in general can be leveraged to enhance and automate what it is that you're doing from a technology perspective and great patient outcomes. And so I think that anything around AWS as well as Microsoft and Google. But certainly I would say AWS certifications could be really useful as it relates to that. You can find lots of courses to do on Udemy, right? Udemy is very affordable. A lot of the courses are in the $20 range.
Google has free courses now too, right?
Yeah, Google has free courses. And a lot of the AWS courses you can find free
they're
as
free
well.
too.
And so free or very low cost, right? So I would say in addition to Udemy, there's Wiz Labs. You can also check out A Cloud Guru, and you can also check out there's one other one, Linux Academy. So so those would be ones that I would suggest. In terms of steering clear from, I think anything that relates to
Technology,
healthcare and technology, right? As the
security,
security, absolutely. You're seeing some of the ransomware and some of the things that are happening.
There's a shortage in the security market. It's like
cybersecurity is probably
cybersecurity is number
200,000 jobs.
You don't need
available.
a degree. That's how bad the shortage is,
Yeah,
and
so-
you'll make $100,000.
Yeah, cybersecurity, security in general, cloud, and healthcare. I think you are just setting yourself up for a tremendous amount of success. And sometimes, when you're doing those things, right, looking at software applications or ways to integrate that stuff, it's important to have some coding experience or skill. So if you have that, if you add that to your quiver, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Baby,
as
your
well.
face looks so good. Give me a kiss.
Thank you, baby.
I was looking at your face and I like it. I wanted to kiss it.
Okay.
All right. And then Creative Banner also asks, where can a person find market value estimates for job prospects? Okay. So Indeed shows the market very well.
Yep.
But we're going to give you another little secret.
Okay.
And it's for tech. Unfortunately, we're tech people. Blind. B-L-I-N-D. If you're in the tech industry or looking to be in the tech industry, join the Blind app.
Yeah. Download the app. Go in there, check it out.
Put your email in. If you don't put your email in, it's kind of useless.
Yeah, you got to put your email in there.
So Blind is going to open your eyes. It's like
to what people are getting paid for out here.
I could not believe
Yeah.
what I was seeing in Blind.
Yeah, so Indeed, Glassdoor, those kinds of sites give you some high-level information.
Too. Glassdoor's information is accurate.
But if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty,
Blind.
check Blind out.
And that's for technical people.
Yeah.
Blind open, that song, A Whole New World. You have the lighter persuasion and the our brothers and sisters from the Asian continent on Blind, heavy. And
they're letting you know what's happening.
They were letting me know I was not getting paid enough money.
Yeah, because it's all anonymous, right?
It's all anonymous. And if you don't, when you ask a question on there, if you don't put in how long you worked where you work, how much money you get paid, and your years of experience, they do the GOTFH.
Wow.
They don't even want to talk to you.
They're like, look, we all transparent
we
on
all
here.
transparent on
sharing
here.
What's happening? You got a question?
You need to bring the information.
There you go, and then we can help you.
And then we can help you. So Blind is a very interesting app if you're in technology.
Yeah.
It opened my eyes wide. Most people of color are underpaid like you would not believe.
Yep.
These people are on here being upset that they were only getting paid $160,000 a year.
Yeah. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. And the
So,
thing
get the
that does
information.
this, the thing that does for you, and it's just go on there even if you're not looking at technology. Because what it did for me and Heath is it opened our eyes to we can get paid what we thought we could get paid.
Right.
And once it does that, the universe starts pulling things into you. It starts bringing it to you.
Come on,
and
universe.
don't listen to your friends out here talking about they don't pay over there and they don't pay over there. And this lies. It's all lies.
Yeah.
You can get your worth. And if you have to change your mindset, do that. Do that. Ask people, what are they paying over there? Right?
You have not because you ask not.
You have not because you ask not. We as the melanated people, we have got to stop thinking that everything is stacked against us automatically. That's where we're starting off wrong. Nobody else does that.
Right.
No other people do that.
Yeah.
They start up here.
Yep.
And then it might come down. We start here.
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
But it's our time.
It's our time. Go on Blind and see what these people getting paid.
All right, next question.
No, I'm excited. I'm like, go just to motivate yourself. Okay. What's the next question?
Shout out Creative Bender.
JustAdude. Hi, great start to the show, by the way. Thank you. How about Chevy Chase in Maryland?
Okay.
Chevy Chase in Maryland
I'm
is
planning
the bomb.
on moving there next month.
How is it? Should I consider it? I heard the traffic is horrible. So the traffic is a little bit worse
Look,
in Chevy Chase. but-
Everywhere in Metro DC. Let me take this question, baby.
Okay, you take this question. baby.
Everywhere in DC, you're gonna have some traffic challenges, especially as the world begins to
It's starting to open
back
up. It's
up,
starting
right?
to get more traffic.
Rush
here.
hour is definitely back in DC. So I think at the end of the day, it's really about, as we always say, designing your life, right?
But how do we
What-
get
what
around the
is-
traffic, baby? Tell them how we get around the traffic.
Well, let me finish answering the question.
Okay.
baby. So I think that back to the
I'll tell
concept.
you how to get around the traffic. Use GPS to get around the traffic. It always works. So go ahead. He hates it when I do this. Come on, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
Y'all see what my
Okay,
life.
stop.
Y'all see my life, right?
Uh,
30. It's about to be 31 years.
Okay, please continue.
I can't continue because you're going to interrupt me again. Go ahead. Answer the question about Chevy Chase. Go ahead.
No, you answer.
I was answering it.
Okay, I'm putting the straw in my mouth.
So, as we always say about designing your life, you want to make sure that if it makes sense for you to be in Chevy Chase, then that makes sense, right? Is there family there? Is the job there? Are you considering it for specific reasons, right? I mean, there's a multitude of places you can live in Metro DC. So just make sure that there's lots of synergistic reasons for you to be in Chevy Chase. So if that's where you need to be, I think Chevy Chase is phenomenal, right? It's popping. It's got a vibe. It's close
so
to
pretty.
DC.
It's so pretty.
It's beautiful to look at. Mature trees, right? You've got services, and
Sidewalks.
buildings, sidewalks, neighborhoods, all of that stuff.
The homes are so beautiful in Chevy Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I love that when we drive through Chevy Chase, we have to drive, what's it, speed? It's like 25 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like cameras like all through that area. The other cool thing about Chevy Chase is you can walk to your services.
Mm-hmm.
I think the country club over there, Obama is a member of also, so you might get a view of him every now and then.
Shout out President Obama.
Chevy Chase is one of the more expensive places to live here, though. Keep that in mind. If you're going to rent, you're going to be paying probably at least about $2,900 a month for like a 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
Parking, if you live in Chevy Chase, you have parking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you don't have parking in Chevy Chase.
Right.
I do like that it's like near Bethesda, and then there's Chevy Chase, Maryland, and then there's Chevy Chase, DC.
Right.
So Chevy Chase, DC is going to be more than Chevy Chase, Maryland. If you're going to rent, say, a 5-bedroom house, hold on to your britches, about 10 G's, 10, 12 G's.
Bring the bag.
Bring the coinage. If you're just looking for an apartment, I think it's a cool spot. It's not going to be that much more than living anywhere else in DC.
Right.
For like little 3, it's going to be hard to find a smaller house in that area because it's so expensive. The houses have gotten bigger.
Let me double click on one point Tracy was making about using your GPS on your phone when you're moving around DC.
Got to.
I think that not only do you need it directionally, but I think it's also important, as Tracy was just alluding to those traffic cameras. And there are certain traffic cameras throughout the metro area where it will take your picture. And if you are a certain amount over the speed limit, you will get a ticket in the mail. And so I kind of learned that the hard way over the last few years when we would visit DC, if I was here on business or if we were here as a family, and you get these tickets in the mail in North Carolina, and you're like, what? How they gonna give me? It was nobody on the street.
It's very high tech here.
I was just minding my business and I got a ticket.
Yes, you did.
The speed limit was 25 and I was doing 40.
He argued with me for 2 months. He was like, I'm not paying that ticket. They need a policeman. They want me to pay the ticket. They need to get a policeman to stop me. I said, no, they don't. He was like, where was this? And when we had to figure out who was driving, I was like, I know where this was. And because I remember, because you can see the flash go woof.
Yeah.
Like
at
that.
night you can see the flash.
Sometimes you can see it at the day too.
Yeah.
I'm looking for them.
Okay.
So you see the flash go whoop, and you're like, oh man, I just got a ticket. So keep that in mind when you're driving around the DC area. You can get a ticket from a robot.
So the moral of the story is, even if you know where you're going, turn on your GPS because that'll help aid you to understand where the traffic cameras are that you will where they issue speed tickets.
Right.
So there you go.
So they'll tell you, red light camera head, there's this tunnel on K Street in DC. They made over $1 billion last year.
Was a billion with a B, baby?
billion.
They didn't make $1 billion
Yes,
from
they
traffic.
did. I'm
from
gonna find the
traffic
article.
tickets.
I'm gonna find the article. For
Yeah,
yes, they did.
We need to see that.
I'm gonna show it to you.
All right.
I'll look for it in a second.
All right, we need to see
It's a tunnel on K Street. Do not speed. And you can tell if you speed because everybody else is like this. Creep, creep, creep. They creep right through that tunnel.
I always pay attention to the locals.
Yeah, the locals let you know. You gonna get a ticket. That's what we tell people when they fly by us. Okay, go
You're
ahead
like,
and go get that ticket.
You don't know.
But see, you don't know you're gonna get a ticket till you get home.
It's like driving through Southern Virginia is the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Any
Do the
of
speed
y'all
limit.
who've never been over here, when driving through Southern Virginia, my North Carolina crew understands what I'm talking
Right.
about. When you leave North Carolina and you're coming to Metro DC, you got to drive through Southern Virginia,
Right.
through on 95.
Cruise control.
And if you speeding through there,
You will get a
almost
ticket.
guaranteed you're gonna get a ticket.
It was like a little game we played when we were driving. We'd have our cruise control, and people would go, "Shum," they're in New York, they coming from Florida.
Okay,
you know,
I don't know.
we'd be like, "Oh, go!" They want to get a ticket, and sure enough, 15 minutes
You
later,
see
be
'em down
pulled
the
over.
road.
It's just that's what they do. There's nothing else to do. All right, S. Smith, what are your tips for relocating with school-age children, middle and high? Woo, we have done this. Preparation is probably the first thing I would say. It's not going to be easy.
Yep.
It is going to be a challenge. And as long as you, as their parent, gets them to a place of talking about it. What are you telling your friends? I know you're going to miss your friends. It's just something you have to go through. And understand that it's something you're going to have to go through.
Yep.
It's not something you can avoid the things that they're going to go through. It's just a through thing. We had a really bad time when we moved one of our children in elementary school is easy. Middle school is the worst. I can't imagine moving somebody in high school. We have not done the high school though.
Yeah.
But middle school was awful for one of our children, and she still talks about it to this day. It was traumatic. So I'm an advocate for getting your kids help these days. All my children, what's going on with you? You sign up for the psychologist? Yeah, that stuff is on the health insurance. Go talk to somebody other than me and your friends who are probably, So what you're going to have to do is go through it with them.
Yeah. Another tip.
Don't ignore it.
No, definitely don't ignore it. Another tip might be is really understanding what your kids are into, right? And then there are ways maybe that you can come up with some rewards on the other side to also do some mitigation there, right? So one of my colleagues, so I work for Amazon during the daytime, and so there are a lot of us that are relocating to the area.
A lot.
And so one of my colleagues said, "Hey, I bribed my son. I said, look, I know you're in high school."
This is a bunch.
But look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get season tickets to the Wizards games.
Oh, I love it.
And we're gonna get you a car.
Oh, I love that.
How's that?
Yeah.
Can we work with that? Right. So just the idea is it doesn't have to necessarily be Wizards tickets and a car, but the point is understand what's important to them or what they really want. Hey, maybe there's that new video game setup that they want to get.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some other things that they'd like to do that they'd like to have.
A new camera.
And say, hey, we
new
know,
bike.
and it's just having those vivid conversations where you're saying, hey, I know it's going to be a challenge, it's going to be transitional for you. You got to make new friends and some of those kinds of things. But hey, let's do some of these kinds of things to make it a little better.
I love that idea. If you give them something they've been looking to have or do, or something different, I would lean it toward what's going to be different about my life moving here.
Right.
And I think that'll work for them. Most definitely.
Yeah, and definitely play up the cool stuff, right? The museums, the baseball games, the football games, the weekends, the whatever it is. If they want to go visit, like where they're coming from, you can mix those things in. Lots of approaches you can take.
And be in their face at the school. See, the school is used to seeing all those other kids. When they see you, that's a new kid. And the new kid gets lost in the mix. When we relocated with our middle schooler, we went up to the school, both parents. Don't play that, oh, I have to work today. No, both parents. If it's only one parent, make sure you go and you are showing up and say, I'm here. And say, these are my concerns. And once they know, oh, this parent is showing up and they're vocal and they're telling me the concerns, they're going to give it to you. They're going to be like, oh.
And you got to participate.
You have to participate, guys.
You got to participate and be supportive and ask for help when you need it. Call out craziness when you see it.
Yeah.
and just be vocal, be participatory.
When we relocated, the principals knew who we were. Now, whenever you have multiples, that happens too, because they're like, oh, we got 4 kids and we got 3 kids all in the same school or something. They know you. That's an advantage of having multiples in the same school.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's something that carries your attitude about your children and how you relate to the people at school, and keep it nice.
Yeah.
Buy gifts at Christmas. And when I say gifts, just a little cheap thing, get a little gift card and stuff like that. But make sure they know who you are, because they're going to know who your child is, and then they're going to take care of your child.
Absolutely. All the teachers and administrators get something.
They get something. All right, Mickey.
What's up,
Would
Mickey?
you ever leave D.C. and live in Baltimore?
Wow, that's a good question. Mickey. So I think for me personally, because I've never lived in Baltimore, I certainly have visited Baltimore.
And we have friends that
done
live
business
in Baltimore.
I have friends in Baltimore and some of those areas around there. I think for me, because I have much more of a comfort level in Metro DC than I do in Baltimore, probably not. Now, having said that, Baltimore is great, and it's definitely on the come up even more. There's lots of things to see and do in Baltimore as well. You're right.
It's cool.
So
It's a cool town.
You love the Inner Harbor, and you got the baseball team and the football team and other cool things to do. And it's only 40 miles from here, whatever the number is, right? From Metro DC.
It's not DC.
40, 50 miles from DC. Yeah, but it is a different, a little bit of a different vibe, different flavor. It's a different city, and so if you have work out there or family out there, and you need to be out there, certainly Baltimore is a great option, a great alternative. But no, I wouldn't live there.
Okay, so I would not leave DC for Baltimore either. I think it has a smaller kind of feel to it for me. It's very
and historically
unique.
It's a little more industrial, I think, as well.
Yeah, and it's very unique in that it feels small townish. It feels small townish even though it's urban.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about Baltimore. So, no, but I wouldn't. That's not where I am anymore. You're welcome, Creative Finder. Guys, put your questions in. We're going to ask them. We're going to answer them for you.
Yep.
Oh, hi, Russell.
My man, Russell.
Okay, is it good to just sell the house and then rent another house instead of buying a house? I live with my 83-year-old mother, and the house we live in is about 55 years old. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's always good to hold on to asset.
Yeah.
If the asset is not costing you a lot of money, like I know there's probably a lot of care that's going to go into that home, Russell, balance that with how much is that house costing you. If it's paid for, I would say keep it because it's a paid for asset. So an asset is going to bring you money. Like living in a house, I bought this big, beautiful house and I'm just writing a check for it every month and just sending money out for it. It's not an asset. So that's why we chose not to buy a house here right now. Either way, it was not going to be an asset for us. So we wanted to get what we wanted, and we didn't want to put out $200,000 to get it. So we chose to rent. Okay. You have to pay for a place to live. It does not matter. We could do a whole show on why we rent and why we don't own. It's very touchy subject in this country because of the systems that we live in and what we've been taught. So we have broken out of those systems. That's the way we look at it. Don't come for us. That's our business, and don't come for us.
Don't come for me unless I call for you.
Oh, Lord, trying to get housewifey on you. That's my business, and that's the way I choose to do my thing, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to buy a house, I think that's great because you're doing what you want to do.
So what's at the heart of Russell's question, though? Is he saying, hey, I can sell the house and I have some cash,
right?
And instead of putting cash out, I can go and rent a place. So now you have the cash in theory being an asset, Russell, but I think the challenge there is inflation, the rate of inflation, and what are you going to do with the cash afterward, right? And so if you don't have another mechanism to invest the cash into so that it brings you some level of return, then there's some benefit to having the house and keeping the house, right? And so I think
if you can pull in enough rent to pay for your rental, perfect. That's perfect. You living free at that point.
Right.
So if the current house you live in is paid for and you can pull in enough rent for you to live in another area, a nicer area, a newer area, free, do it all day long, or even half. Do it all day long. But keep in mind the maintenance costs that are coming along with the house. So that's the challenge with it with an older house.
Yeah.
Is you have to put so much money into it.
Yep.
And people don't take that into account. They don't take that into account.
Mhm.
But I think if the house is paid for, go ahead and did he tell us to relocate from Atlanta to Charlotte? Did he say okay? Yeah, if the house is paid for, I wouldn't sell it. It's an asset. Try to fix it up. Try to keep it going. The key is to live rent free, and the way you do that is you have an asset pay for your housing. So if you can do that, I say do it.
Good question, Russell.
Yes, but you need a clearance for security. Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Not necessarily, Libby. So I guess it really is really predicated on predicated on the industry that you're working in, right? So certainly if you're working in the government space and you're doing cybersecurity or you're doing things that are around security, some of those jobs you do need security clearance.
Yeah,
right?
It's becoming more and more.
But there is a whole world in the private sector where companies have to deal with these security matters every day, right? And so we've seen just recently the ransomware with the whole pipeline scenario. That had a federal component to it, but it was a private company that had a federal contract. But also, we just saw like the meat company, right? It was like one of the largest meat suppliers.
They got hacked.
They were like, "Yo, we
had to shut it down.
You got to shut it down, right?" And so
security is just moving up. It's moving up the food chain.
Yeah, any company that is leveraging technology to create efficiencies, they're going to have some vulnerabilities. So I think that security can be a wide swath, and you don't necessarily have to have clearance.
I just looked at the time. We need to take another break and do our story, and then we'll get back to the questions. Hang on. Let's do
transition music.
What's this one? I just be pushing buttons, y'all.
I like
this one.
I like the quietness, the piano, the bass of so much music, and then we bring in the bass line. I like it. This is the time of the show when we are transitioning again.
I need to take a sip of water too.
Tracy's going to take a pause for the cause, and we're moving into another section of the show.
Well, we're going to talk about. Did I talk about?
What are we talking about now, love?
I don't think we talked about this.
What was that, baby? Tracy is contemplating.
Lord,
she's anticipating.
I completely forgot about this, guys. Let's do it really quickly.
There's another segment of awesomeness that she had for you.
Remember I said we were going to talk about the top 50 places in America to live, the best places to live?
Well,
here we go.
As we used to say at Howard University, don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, we say that all the time. So,
what you got, baby?
Out of the top 50 places to live in the U.S.,
okay,
4 are in this area.
4.
Number 4. Washington, D.C. was number 36.
D.C. The United States capital.
U.S. capital is the best places for young professionals. We've talked about that. Job and business growth. Nightlife. There is a great nightlife here.
Yes.
You know what's a lot of things that's here really cool that I'm finding out? Speakeasies.
Oh, yeah.
The speakeasies are back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just cost of living.
Yep.
And I know y'all are going to go, what?
Cost of living.
We're going to tell you one more time. They will pay you to live in D.C.
It's commensurate.
Lots of farmers markets. We got all the festivals coming out. It's going to be a blast. Okay, what's the third one? Bam. Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh, look at that. It's such a quaint, beautiful town.
It's so quaint and beautiful. We rolled through there. I don't have any footage.
It's okay, baby.
We rolled through there last weekend. It was popping.
Yep.
They've closed off streets. They've got the museums and the restaurants and the parks opening again. People hanging out on the waterfront on their blankets. The kids running around. They had the food trucks out. The motorcyclists were out. And you can walk on the cobblestone streets. It's just so cute in Alexandria. Another thing I like to do in Alexandria is take pictures of the front doors. Their houses there, it's like picture perfect out of some type of movie or something.
Very
Love
picturesque.
Alexandria.
Very picturesque.
Okay.
Columbia, Maryland.
We talked about Columbia, Maryland.
We've done a highlight of Columbia.
Yeah, it's a planned community.
It is.
And it's not too far from here. Great place to live. I love the diversity of Columbia, Maryland too.
Highly rated schools. And you want to save a little bit of money on your housing and you want the schools. Columbia, Maryland. Check
and
it out.
Y'all, it's number 8.
Look at that.
It's number 8. They have
Shout
lots
out.
of festivals and everything. And what's number 1?
Number 1 is Arlington, Virginia.
Wait, Arlington, Virginia is not only number 1 in the area; it's number 2
in the entire
in
country.
the nation.
Right.
We live in Arlington.
Where we live?
Arlington.
Arlington, VA.
So Arlington is a county and a city or a town.
It's really just a county.
It's just a county.
It's a county.
So it's not. It's the county of Arlington,
Mhm.
and so you just say Arlington.
I live in Arlington.
I live in Arlington. You have Metro.
Mhm.
It's basically DC.
Right.
You've got, a lot of cool little monuments and things here.
Mhm.
It does have a nightlife.
It does
Arlington
look. It's a
have
little nightlife vibe in
Yeah.
Arlington.
We've got rooftop bars and
Yep.
little dance clubs. We don't have speakeasies yet,
Yep.
but it's very accessible.
Yep.
You can do town. You can do little houses behind. The way they're doing Arlington is they're having these main strips happen where all the nightlife is and everything.
Actually,
And
one of my coworkers showed me like some kind of almost looking like a speakeasy situation in Roslyn.
What? Oh,
Mhm.
they crossing the bridge.
Yep.
So what they're doing in Arlington is they're taking the main corridors and they're making them more commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have more restaurant, more shops, more walking along those areas to get to those different places at night. And then the neighborhoods are going to be tucked behind them.
Right.
And people are starting to complain, they don't like nothing changing. I love the idea though. We tried to move to Clarendon because of that, because Clarendon has like this whole area. You've got Pottery Barn, you've got Whole Foods, you've got
A whole little strip.
you've got a whole little strip of just restaurants and dining and shops.
A lot of
and then
activity.
you just a couple blocks away
Mhm.
are your houses.
Right.
Not apartments. Now you do have the high rises too in that tight area, but right behind it
Yep.
are houses.
Yep.
So I love that idea because you don't have to take your car every freaking where. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
And great schools in Arlington.
Great schools.
And if you got to commute to DC, it's phenomenal.
So
Access to public transportation. It
Yep.
also has its own transportation. It's called ART, Arlington Rapid Transit or something like
yeah,
that.
that is another cool thing about you. You don't have to get on Metrobus.
And it
So
has
if the Metrobus comes to the top of the hill of where we live, ART's going to come down the street.
Yeah. And there's a nice integration between ART and Metro as well.
All right.
So there you go.
All right.
Transitioning
so,
again?
Yeah. No, let's just jump into the questions because we're running past time here today. Okay, Russell, I want to relocate from Atlanta to Charlotte.
Do it.
Charlotte's a baby Atlanta, if you ask me.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a little cheaper than Atlanta too.
Yeah. Yep. Got Southern Virginia speed. Yeah, they do. Creative binder tells. Hopefully you don't know. It says, "Oh, hey, Charmaine. Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
what's up,
Welcome
Charmaine?
to the show."
Welcome back. Appreciate you.
JustAdude, thank you. We're a big family, so a 6 bedrooms would do for us. And I understand it'll be expensive as heck, and I'll bring the bags. So don't worry. Hey.
So just
Yeah,
as a
it's
general
easy to
rule-
find a big house here.
Yeah.
It's so easy to find it. We were concerned because we have 4 kids.
And just as a general rule
kids,
of
but 4
thumb,
people.
north and northwest of DC is more expensive, and the east side and northeast of DC are less expensive.
But I think what JustAdude is looking for is the bigger family home, and they are they're abundant.
Oh,
in
they
that
got them
area.
out here.
If you want a really big house, though,
Maryland,
go to Maryland.
Maryland.
Go to Maryland.
PG County.
PG or Potomac.
Yep.
You could do Potomac. I just think Potomac's too far.
Yeah.
It's just no fun.
It depends on what they're doing.
But it depends on what you're doing. Okay. You're welcome, S. Smith.
All right, Smith.
You're welcome, Mickey. Thank you for asking your
You're welcome.
questions.
You're
Okay.
very welcome. Mickey.
Before I leave you guys alone, no worries. That's what we're here for. How are the private schools in the area? Woo! The private schools are so good here.
Yep.
So, of course, the best private school.
Sidwell Friends.
Sidwell Friends. I don't know how much it is.
Yep.
I know it's expensive.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like it was born out of the Quaker thought mentality.
Yeah,
It's
Sidwell.
in a great location. Sidwell, if you're in Chevy Chase too, Sidwell. The other one I think is Holton Arms. Holton Arms is good. It's tiny, or used to be tiny. The other one is it Georgetown Prep?
And they're really they're private schools in every area of the city now,
Yeah,
right? Every area of the metro area, you're gonna have some solid private schools. So to that point,
you
they
have your
know they
pick
have
of the
to compete,
litter.
yeah.
There's so many good private schools here. I don't No, we'll try to find a list for you. We have all of our friends, all their kids go to private schools.
Stilwell Friends is $45K.
Okay.
45K for lower school, 48 for
upper school is a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of our friends. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know many people who send their kids to public school unless they live in Arlington. So if you want to forego the private school money, Arlington is the place to live.
Yeah.
The housing here is more,
Mm-hmm.
I think even more than Chevy Chase,
Mm-hmm.
but the schools here are good.
Yeah.
They're really, really good here. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think about Brooklyn and Columbia Heights? I'm trying to figure out renting or buying.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so Columbia Heights is,
That's
I
DC.
think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Columbia Heights is a little bit more, it's still transitional to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like the vibe though. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's a good
sure I
vibe.
would live there.
It's a good vibe in Columbia Heights.
It's noisy in Columbia Heights.
That's a good vibe.
It's really busy in Columbia Heights. You have, because it's so diverse,
Mm-hmm.
you got that going
Yeah.
on the weekends and in the evenings. You got that music going and everything. It's a lot of energy in Columbia Heights.
And if you're not sure about renting or buying, I think renting is definitely a viable option.
Yeah, you'll always be able to buy a house.
Yeah.
Positivity, guys. You'll
Mhm.
always be able to buy a house when you're ready to buy a house.
Mhm.
Okay, so rent and then figure it out.
Mhm.
That way you don't have that pressure.
Right.
Brooklyn has transitioned.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about Brooklyn is pretty much all new, but you still got your little sketchiness going in over there, in and out. To me, Columbia Heights doesn't really have any sketchiness. It's just really vibrant and really diverse.
Right.
And it's just a lot of energy. I think that's why I wouldn't live in Columbia Heights. It's just too much energy. Sometimes I just want to be chilled.
Depends on you.
Exactly.
Right.
Brooklyn is chilled.
Mhm.
It's definitely more chilled because it's went through the gentrification.
Okay.
And they like, nah, shut it down. Shut it down now. That kind of thing.
No parties, only darties.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. DC, there's only darties, no parties.
What y'all know about darties?
Darty.
That's a yes or no. Is that a yes or no question?
I don't know.
Hit
Y'all,
the little yes
Oh.
or no button.
what's the yes or no? You can hit it right here, babe.
Do you know what a darty is? Yes or no?
DARTY.
Anybody who's listening on the live right now or on the replay, do you know what a darty is? Yes or no?
Oh, okay. A darty
Wait.
is...
You
Okay,
gotta let people chime in. We got to know. We got to nope. Do you know what a darty is?
Wow.
Don't be tardy for the darty.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, don't be tardy for the darty.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize this many people did not know what a darty was.
Okay, babe. So, when Tracy and I were at Howard University, the house parties were aplenty. They were plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
House parties was happening. If you wasn't at the big facility or the big place, then somebody that you knew would just put the word out, drop flyers, whatever it is. Like,
Show up at the house party
over here is gonna be going on.
BYOB or
and
whatever.
It's like wall to wall people. You sweating. You in the party. You outside the party.
What do they call them now? Sets. They call them sets.
The kickbacks. They got a lot of
Kickback. That's what they
names
call
for
them.
Yeah, we used to call it a set.
We used to
call it a set too.
Yeah, we call it a set.
There was a little set over there.
But they call it kickback and darties.
So, Libby's like, oh, dude, please tell.
Please, Daddy. So in D.C., the law is you can't have a party or gathering after 10 p.m.
D.C. proper.
D.C. proper.
Yep.
After 10 p.m.,
Yes.
no partying.
No party.
No music. No nothing.
I got kids over here. I done paid $800,000 for my house. I need quiet.
Johnny is taking a nap.
Look, don't come over here with all that noise.
But you can do whatever you want during the day.
Yeah.
So the darty is in full effect. Understand.
So the answer is a darty is a daytime
party.
It's a darty.
And it's just like the nighttime. I remember when we first moved, when our second daughter was looking for housing at Howard, I went to the housing office and she was the off-campus housing dean.
Right.
There is an off-campus housing dean. She said, oh, Lord, I got to go over here to this neighborhood because these kids keep having these parties. Let me tell y'all something. She showed the lady next door
Mm-hmm.
sent her a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
She sent a picture
Mm-hmm.
of the kids' party in the backyard. It was wall to wall kids, y'all,
Mhm.
like this.
When we say kids, we're talking about early.
We're talking about college students.
College.
Wall to wall college students.
Mhm.
Hey, in the backyard. In the back, drinking, turning it up, passing the drink, passing the joints, passing everything around. It had to be in a backyard, probably the size of our bedroom. At least 100 kids or more. And that was just in the yard.
Right.
The police were there on
Mhm.
the sidewalk,
Mm-hmm.
and the lady comes out. I'm trying to put my baby to sleep, and I smell weed. And the other thing that is legal in DC is recreational marijuana. You cannot sell it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can only give it to
Mhm.
somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And you can smoke it in your house.
Yep.
So the police were like, no, we can't do anything about the weed because they in the house. As soon as they step on the sidewalk, we can, but they have to have like the joint in their hand. It's different in D.C. So understand, if you're in D.C. and you're near one of the colleges, there are several,
Mm-hmm.
you may be subjected to darties.
You
may be subjected to darties,
You
period.
might get invited to one.
You might get, just go to one. But a darty is a daytime party. And they are in full effect.
There you go.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. When searched, here we go. Reality doll. Hi, reality doll.
What's up, reality doll?
When searched houses, they're like 1 to 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you not find decent houses in Arlington for cheaper?
Mm-hmm.
There's a house around the corner from us that just went for like 800.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cute house.
Yeah.
It's a cute house. It's an older home. It looks like it's about 60 years old.
Right.
The problem is when you see those houses, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
That house had a coming soon.
Yep.
And it was gone the next day.
Yeah, a lot of times you're in competition with the developers, right? With
you
the
are
investors.
in competition with the developers.
Yeah. So what happens is they buy the older homes for $800,000, they knock it down, and then they erect something else, and
they
now
erect
it's
the monstrosities.
$3.5 million.
$3.5 million is
So
what's going on right now.
the markets are super hyper competitive, and so you
Yeah.
have to just really get out, knock on some doors, do some scouring, talk to some real estate agents, understand where maybe some of those pocket listings are, listings that haven't hit the market yet, people who are looking maybe to sell their house to somebody who's not going to tear it down versus to a developer, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some complexity to it if you're looking for something to buy for yourself, but they can be had.
Greenwood, I think it's called Greenwood.
Mm-hmm.
Greenwood is a good place. The challenge with Greenwood, and Greenwood is a historically black neighborhood in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
And the challenge with Greenwood is that as soon as those houses go on the market,
Mm-hmm.
they're gone. And the nice thing about Greenwood is it's a real kind of community feel over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's gentrifying now, though, guys.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what to tell you. It's a great location.
Right,
it's like really close in.
Yep.
And it's near Columbia Pike. So if you find the thing that's cool about it is it's near stuff. It's near stuff. The houses are a little bit bigger because that's where the upper echelon melanated people, black people lived early, like 1900, and they established that community because that's where they were allowed to live. If they did not live in like LaDroit Park, they lived out there. But now it's been discovered, so that's the challenge right now in DC. And Arlington is expensive. If you stay near Columbia Pike, it gets sketchy, but I think there's opportunity over there. What's the name of that street I go down every day when I take Brendan to work? That's another black community that has the houses. There's nothing for sale over there, though. They're in those houses. Their grandparents are in Carlin Park. Carlin Park. They've got some cute little duplex type houses over there. I mean,
hard to find.
You would literally have to go knock on every door and say, hey, I'm really, really looking to live in a community like this. Do you know anyone that's, willing to
be like, get out my front door step.
They be like, you better keep it. They're not interested. Yeah. And the people that are buying them, they're smart enough to know, let me hold this house and rent it.
Yeah, find your real estate agent.
Yeah, Carlin Park is another really good place too.
Yeah.
Rent a house or rent an apartment. We rent houses.
Yeah.
We don't do apartments.
It's been a long time since we rented an apartment.
Well,
but hey,
college,
everybody's
maybe?
different. Everybody's in different places in their lives.
The apartments here are nice though. They're not like they're not like the cheapies they build like in other areas. They're concrete. You're not really gonna hear your neighbors. You're gonna live with a bunch of dogs. If you don't like dogs, that's a problem. If you like dogs, we like dogs. I just don't want to live with a bunch of dogs. And so that's different because people that live in DC have dogs. It's like Dogville. It's just Dogville. I don't know another way to put it. So that is an issue. But I will say that do your homework when you're looking at some of these apartment buildings. They threw some of them up, and then some of them, they are primo. So really, really look. If you look in the U Street, 14th Street area, those are well done. But if you go a little further out and everything, it's tricky. It's just really tricky. Knock on the walls, things like that. Try to see if you could see any pre-construction pictures to see if they're solid floors or wood walls, so you can kind of see. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. It's pretty big. Yeah, or let's speak to the fact that there are yards that's small. We could say that too.
Yeah.
We could say
that.
Too.
If you got a little a row house, townhouse in Metro DC, right? It's just like a little square.
Yeah.
Square patch.
They're just little square patch. You can. Yeah, our bedroom is about the size of that. Okay, you put a couple cars in, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay. What about Upper Marlboro and Brandywine? Upper Marlboro is the bomb.
Yeah.
I used to live in that area. My aunt and my uncle and my great aunt, they all had homes in that area. It's one of those kind of secrets. The Kettering, Kettering. Yep. These are in PG County, by the way. Love the area. I think it's a great growth area, and I would definitely buy over there. Anything east of DC is going to go up. No matter where it is now, it's going to go up. Because when you look at the city and you dissect it, it's the only place that's not super duper expensive.
Right.
So people have to go somewhere. If you go west, it's expensive. West of town is expensive.
Bring the bag.
Even if you look at Arlington and Alexandria, Alexandria is less than Arlington. So if you buy in Alexandria, it's going to go up. I would honestly say, unless you find those little pocket towns, Carlin Park, Greenwood, in Arlington, you're not going to see much growth. But if you hit parts of Alexandria outside of Old Town, and you hit Northeast DC, Deanwood, Brandywine, PG County, you are going to get the box in a few years.
Get the box.
The bag. I'm a little nerdy. It's okay. It's okay. You still love me.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brunch.
Oh, yeah. Look, they do brunch on Saturday and Sunday in Metro DC.
You got brunch on Saturday and Sunday here.
Brunch is like a whole sport.
Yeah, with the mimosas, you don't just get one mimosa. You get bottomless mimosas. They got other names,
Yeah,
too.
they do bottomless brunches out
They
here,
do
man.
bottomless brunches
It's
here.
serious.
It's serious. It's an art form.
Make your reservations.
No, that's another thing about DC.
Gots to
Only
have
reservations to go out. If you don't have a reservation, forget it. Forget it.
Like Disney World.
It's like Disney World. Can we come eat? Yeah, in about 2 hours. What? And that's if they get a cancellation.
Right.
So if you come to DC, if you say, "Oh, I'm going to go to DC next weekend," open your open table.
Make your reservations
and
now.
Make your reservations now. It takes it. The restaurants are usually booked by Wednesday night. Some reservations I have to wait 2 weeks to get into. Some restaurants we have to wait 2 weeks to get into, right, babe?
Yeah, and then some of those things are being exacerbated even more, right? Just with respect to the labor
everything
shortage,
opening up.
Things are opening up, but the labor hadn't caught up with the places, and so that's definitely a pro tip is make your resis.
I don't want a bunch of dogs around. I guess it's a house rental. Is it difficult to find a house? Use a realtor.
Yeah.
Realty doll. Reality doll, use a realtor to find a house rental. That's
Yep.
the only way you're going to find
And
it.
then you'll be good.
And you'll be good. You'll be good. Miss Christy, hey, Miss Christy.
What's up, Miss Christy?
Can you find a good paying job in social services in DC?
You can.
Social services in DC is probably going to be like a G9, between a G8 and a G9. So, yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get paid.
you can get paid.
Just getting in.
And they need them here. How's the commute from Brandywine and Upper Marlboro?
Like coming into DC, right? So you can take the metro, you can drive.
Yep, you can take the orange, and I
yeah.
think it's the purple
Yeah,
line.
it's going to be an hour.
Yeah,
It's going to be an hour.
it's going to be an hour.
Give or take. Give or take. Sometimes it might
about
be a little less.
Ordering out. We're the king and queen of ordering out. We love Postmates.
Tracy's the queen.
Well, Postmates and Grubhub are on this thing. Postmates. Oh, and then Uber just bought Postmates, which I don't like.
It's okay, baby.
But it works.
It's all right.
And if something's wrong, I just go, hey, this didn't come. Give me my money back. Give me my money. And they be like, boom, there's your money back. So yeah, if you need a side hustle, tons of Uber. I love Instacart. The Instacart people here are professional.
Oh yeah, they getting it done.
They're not your they are I've never seen anybody shop in Costco. Get the right foods.
Yeah.
Get the right everything and do it in less than an hour. Unbelievable. It saves me so much time. Let me give you a little Instacart tip. Whenever the person hits up the chat and says, hey, I'm so-and-so and I'm shopping for you, I always type, I always say, thank you for shopping for my family today. And I do little emojis.
Good job, baby.
And I say, if you need any assistance, I am here to answer your questions.
Yes.
And when you do that, they're like, oh, I'm shopping for somebody. I'm not shopping an app.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm shopping for a person that's talking to me. So they'll pick better things. And I find when I do that, people take pictures of the stuff they're picking up. They'll give me choices. It's amazing. The experience here is amazing. The shoppers on Instacart are professionals.
Yeah. Pro tips. I like it, Miss Tracy.
Okay.
And you use their name too, right?
What do you mean?
When they type you, this is Jimmy.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yep.
I'm saying you use their name when you respond.
I'm having trouble finding realtors that work with rentals. Everyone sells houses. Yeah, right now, Charmaine. It's got to be weird. I think we had a little bit more luck because we did it a year ago, and it wasn't like this. I would see. Okay, try. What is it? Carrie Schultz. I'm just doing this because I know she has a larger firm. Carrie. Let me get the spelling right. Carrie SCH.
Yeah, I think the challenge is with respect to the market. A lot of people.
Shaw.
You're gonna put that out there for her, baby. You're gonna spell it. You ready, Charmaine?
Okay, you
ready,
ready?
Charmaine? She's gonna give it to you.
It's KERI
KERI
SHULL.
SHULL.
The Carrie Shull team. They should do rentals.
Yeah, we don't know.
She has a big team.
We don't know her personally. We're not
No.
getting any thing from that, but that's
No.
just trying to help you out.
Right. Yeah, we had a realtor. And it depends. I guess because we were renting so much, it was a doable thing for us because I think they get a full month's rent or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't a little bit.
It's all good, baby.
So the Carrie Shull team, they have a lot of people, and I don't know any melanated people that off the top of my head, but
what about the one we used?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I just wouldn't.
You gonna pull up David's question?
Yeah.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, David. Welcome to the show.
Dave, you related to the Glovers in Atlanta?
I wonder. Procurement and sourcing jobs.
Procurement. Yeah, depending on, I would say definitely in the tech space.
Yeah,
there
definitely.
are lots of opportunities there, right? So many of the tech companies, cloud companies, SaaS companies are continuing to hire and look for people. And so I think that if you're operating in that space, there's a tremendous opportunity for high paying, as well as some of the governmental agencies, right? The 3-letter agencies and some of the things that you can find on, what is it, GSA? the GSA site.
GSA site, GSA.gov.
Yeah, GSA.gov. They probably have
Yeah.
some opportunities there, but definitely private sector, tech space, startups, lots of opportunity, David. Absolutely. You're welcome,
Okay,
Charmaine.
you are welcome, Charmaine.
Mhm.
And reality now, how much should I expect to pay for a moderately nice rental? Upper Marlboro,
Yeah.
Brandywine, Alexandria.
Yeah, reality. Definitely check out the
House.
Yeah, definitely check out the show that we did when we highlighted. Didn't we do highlight
We
Upper
did.
Marlboro?
We did Upper Marlboro.
Definitely check that out. Go and find
Did
that
we do
live
Upper
that we did on Upper Marlboro. But another thing that we found is that the rentals are similar across the DMV in terms of price point. For a house, was that like $3K range, baby?
Yeah, 3 to 5. 3 to 5 for a house.
Yeah.
I don't see many houses under 2,800.
Yeah.
So all of the areas are pretty much the same. So between 3 and 5.
Yep.
5, you're gonna get, I think, maybe another bedroom. In a larger yard in a nicer neighborhood, maybe. But I would expect to pay between 3 and 5 for houses in those areas. You're not going to find much in Upper Marlboro, though, as far as a house. You're going to have to probably stick to an apartment situation.
Yeah.
Townhomes is still going to be the same. You know, townhome, the only thing a townhome is going to do is you're not going to have to pay for, taking care of the outside of the home.
Yes.
Your neighbors will be closer and you'll have, a little parking space.
Right.
And things like that. Just depends on what you want.
Okay.
But I would definitely stick to to an apartment in PG County. People just don't rent that many houses out there. And then Alexandria, you'll get more rental houses. Everything is just super tight right now.
Yep.
And you'll get more rental houses, but you're going to pay a little bit more than you would in PG County.
Yep.
Because you're in, is that Fairfax County?
What?
Alexandria?
Alexandria's Fairfax County. Yes.
Fairfax. That's Fairfax County. As far as the issue with finding a realtor that's going to rent, I would just keep. Yeah, I'm missing the South already. I should just buy. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. We pay double that, just so you know.
Maybe.
And it just depends on what you want to do. I haven't had to fix anything. I didn't have to put them $200,000 down. It just depends. It just depends on how you want to do it. And I think that's a regular thing. People go, I'm paying that much, I might as well buy. Well, how much more is it to maintain a $3,000 to $5,000 house? How much are the annual taxes on that $3,000 to $5,000 house? How much is it going to cost me to replace a roof on that 3 to 5? It's all relevant.
We do the kitchen,
and then
we do
how
the
much
bathroom,
is
HVAC, maintain the yard, get a
new water heater.
It goes on and on.
It goes on and on and on. You have to maintain your HVAC. That's every 6 months. If you don't, you're going to end up getting a new one in 3 years.
Paint.
You have to paint. If you don't paint, your windows are going to fall out of your house.
Power wash.
If you don't power wash, it's going to eat away at the brick on the house.
Termites.
Yeah. If you don't treat the ground for termites before, during, and after you live in the home, it's going to eat the whole house.
We don't own a lot of houses.
We own a lot of houses, and we know a lot about maintaining a house. It's a lot. It's not. Think about it. What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? You want a lifestyle you always fixing up your house? Because a $3,000 to $5,000 a month house that you buy here, you're going to be fixing it up. Just so you know.
Yep.
You're going to be fixing it up. All right. I think that's it for today's show.
It was a great show, baby.
It was a great show.
Yay.
Applause.
Thank you to our
audience. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. We love you. We love you.
Hit that like button.
Look,
we appreciate you.
Clear your calendars for the fall to come to the D.C. area. It's a beautiful time of year to come to the D.C. area.
Summer too.
We're looking. Summer is hot. We are looking to do a weekend in the fall with you guys. The plan is this. We're going to have a happy hour on Friday for those that can get here on Friday. And then Saturday morning, we're going to hang out with you Saturday morning and tell you all the great places to go. And then Sunday, we're going to do brunch and then tell y'all bye.
It's a whole D.C. weekend.
It's going to be a great D.C. weekend with Heath and Tracy. We love you, and we hope you have a fabulous weekend. Get out there, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and That's it.
Remember, if you're going to move somewhere, you might as well design your life there.
Design your life. Don't just show up. Don't just let it happen to you. Design your life.
Yes,
Enjoy your
yes.
weekend. Bye. Thank you.
Appreciate you, good people. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oh, I need to end the show.